So today I'm going to show you how to install a front upper strut bar in your 96 through 2000 Honda Civic.
Okay guys, so the first thing we're going to want to do is identify the two strut tower areas where we're going to be removing these 14mm bolts. There's one right here, where we got the two, and then on the other side right here. And we'll be removing the two nuts, not bolts, I think I just said bolts, but the nuts right here, we'll be removing those. So when we get to put the strut bar on, we can just set it down on top and it'll come over right across here. Okay, so like I said, we're going to take these nuts off right here. And I'm using a 14mm deep well socket with an extension, so I'm not fighting with all this stuff. Just kind of makes it a little bit easier. Okay guys, and once you got all these nuts off here, all four on both sides, we're going to come over here and we're going to look at the new strut bar you will be installing. Now we're looking at your strut bar, and we've got two different adjustments here. One, you can run either one of these in or out, and depending on the distance between your two struts is going to depend how far you need to bring that in or out. You're going to have to test that through trial and error. But basically what you'll do is if you want to go in, you'll spin this like so, and that'll take it further in. So if your struts are closer together, you're going to want to do that, or you spin it this way, it's going to bring it out. Now, once you've got it to your desired length, you're going to take this nut right here and run him all the way in, and you'll tighten it like that. And then that will fix the bar on its particular length. Now the other adjustment we have is this can swing like this. And depending on the location of your strut and where you're going to be mounting it, you'll just kind of set it down in there, and then when you've got it how it's going to sit permanently, you'll tighten this nut right here, and that'll hold that as well. Because the whole point of the thing is you want to hold the two struts together tight, so it's supposed to improve handling. So that's what you're going to be doing when you tighten this down, and you get this in the right length, and then it's just going to be holding your two struts. Okay guys, so I've made my adjustments, and now as you can see, it's like one tight piece, and I can just set it down there. So it's not going to be all flopping around when it's sitting on your car. Ideally, you want this hard piece that's going to sit down and hold your struts together. Okay guys, so here we are at the car, and you've got those nuts off the struts, so we're going to go ahead and set this down on this side. Just like so. And then, you got to make sure you turn it like that so it's going to sit down. And then we can see right there, it's not adjusted. And I've done this on purpose to show you what to do. So, basically what you're going to want to do is, if this isn't going to sit in the right way, we're going to get one side, I'm going to go ahead and put the nuts back in there, and then on this side what I'm going to do is I'll slowly start adjusting it, and I'll count how many times I went right. And this side over here is actually reverse thread, so when I'm going right, I'm pushing this side back out instead of in like you would think. So we're going to try it like that, and it's a little close now, but we're going to take it back a couple more times here. So let's try that. And that works, but it's still not exactly what I want, so I'm going to take it back a few more times, or a couple more times, and that's sitting in there real nice like that. So I'll go ahead, I'll nut this down, I'll put the nuts on, put them in there nice and tight. The next thing we'll do is we'll run these nuts that way, and we'll tighten them like that, so that's nice and tight, and then we'll tighten these nuts down right here. Okay guys, now one more time here, just for extra emphasis, I want to make sure you guys get your brains wrapped around this. So what I've done is that side right there, I've got lined up pretty, so I went ahead and put the nuts in. Now we're going to come over to this side, and what I showed you there just a minute ago, I'm going to do that one more time so you can see me, and I make sure you get a good understanding of what I'm doing here. So you've got your other side looking pretty, it sets down on there, and you can get the nuts on there. This side though is not cooperating, so what you're going to want to do is you're going to have to trial and error, go both ways. But I'm going to go, let's see, 1, 2, and 3. And then I'm going to go ahead and set it on there. And obviously I went the wrong way. I was actually supposed to go, alright, so 1, 2, 3. That's where I started last time. And then 1, 2, and 3. And I'm going to set it down. And now it sits down nice and pretty. So once you've got both sides sitting down, you're going to come over here, and it's a this one's a 17mm. I don't know what your particular brand will use, but So we're going to set it like that, and then we're going to put a wrench on there and tighten that up. After we've got the nuts down on this side, we're going to tighten this up, and then we'll also come over here and we'll tighten this up. And on this particular brand, there's a 14mm nut on that side. So once we've got that all tightened down, we'll have our strut bar nice and sturdy, and that will hopefully increase your handling. So first, we're just taking these two nuts and we're putting them back on there. You can hear my dog back there wanting. After you've tightened these two nuts down, the next thing you'll do is go ahead and get your wrench on this nut. And go ahead and tighten that down. Nice and tight. And then you'll go ahead and tighten this thing down too. Nice and tight. So we're really tight over here. Okay, now, and once you're done installing it, it should look something like this. And once you're done installing it, go ahead and give it a good joust, and it should shake the car like so if you've done it properly. It shouldn't be flimsy or anything. And now your car will have the awesomely increased handling capabilities. Actually, I don't think it does too much, but the most important thing is it looks cool. So that's all I have for today, guys. I thank y'all for watching, and I'll see you next time.